On December 5, 2014, at John F. Kennedy International Airport, Korean Air Flight 086, an Airbus A380-861, was preparing for takeoff, destined for Incheon International Airport in Seoul. Among the 250 passengers aboard was a VVIP in the first-class cabin, Cho Hyun-ah, the vice president of Korean Air, and daughter of the airline's CEO, Cho Yang-ho. Prior to takeoff, all first-class passengers were served macadamia nuts by cabin crew flight attendant Kim Do-hee, in line with the airline's standard procedure. The nuts were packaged in their original bag. However, Cho threw away the packet of nuts and expressed dissatisfaction to Kim Do-hee with how the nuts were served. She had expected them to be presented on a plate, as is customary in first class, or at least for her. Meanwhile, the aircraft had started taxiing on the runway, preparing for departure. Feeling offended and insulted by the treatment, Cho lost her temper. After being served the nuts in a bag, she rebuked flight attendant Kim Do-hee and called over cabin crew chief Park Chang-jin to complain. Cho questioned the cabin crew chief about the standard procedure for serving the nuts and the way she had been treated. Park explained that the nuts were served in a bag, following the airline's official manual. That response only made her angrier. It felt as though her airline staff were questioning her and attempting to imply that she was at fault. Her anger blinded her. She snatched the tablet from his hand and began striking him with it. In response, Cho ordered both Park Chang-jin and Kim Do-hee to kneel before her and beg for forgiveness. She also struck Park's knuckles repeatedly with the edge of a digital tablet. Cho then ordered the chief to get off the plane, requiring the aircraft to taxi back to the gate, causing a delay of approximately 20 minutes for the 250 passengers aboard. Initially, the airline and its executives sought to manage the fallout. Park Chang-jin, under pressure from Korean Air executives, reportedly agreed to stay silent about the incident. However, Cho didn't want to end the incident there. She allegedly attempted to spread false rumors about an inappropriate relationship between Park and flight attendant Kim Do-hee. This incident left Park humiliated and pushed to his breaking point. Determined to defend his integrity, he finally decided to take a stand. He filed an official complaint against Cho, escalating the situation and thrusting the scandal into the public and legal domain. Korean Air issued a public apology but attempted to justify Cho's behavior, framing her actions as part of her responsibilities to inspect in-flight services and safety. However, the apology failed to appease the public as details of the incident began to surface. One aggrieved first-class passenger who witnessed the scene contacted the airline but only received a model airplane and a calendar as an apology. As the investigation unfolded, it was revealed that Park had faced demotion following the incident. Korean Air contacted him numerous times, pressuring him to report to South Korean transport authorities that he had voluntarily resigned. Meanwhile, skepticism about the investigation's integrity grew when it was revealed that 2 members of the investigative team were former Korean Air employees. Despite assurances from Transport Minister Soo Seong-hwan that the investigation would remain fair, concerns persisted. This led the flight attendant, Kim Do-hee, to report the incident to the media, sparking widespread public outrage. Amid the growing scandal, past misconduct by Cho also came to light. In 2013, she had reportedly attacked a flight attendant for improperly cooking ramen noodles, but the incident was covered up by Korean Air. Additionally, it emerged that Korean Air executives had ordered the deletion of records related to the nut rage incident, while pressuring the victims to lie and downplay the severity of Cho's actions. However, these efforts were undermined by witness accounts, including those of an unaffiliated first-class passenger who corroborated the victims' testimonies. The public's anger over the incident highlighted broader resentment against the abuse of power by members of South Korea's chaebol families. Amid mounting pressure, Korean Air forced Cho to resign from her position as vice president. Though she initially claimed she would step down from all her roles, she retained her positions as chairperson of Korean Air and president of Cal Hotel Network and Hanjin Tour. On January 12, 2015, a member of the South Korean National Assembly revealed documents showing that the macadamia nuts were served in accordance with airline protocol and that Cho had been informed of this prior to the incident. Her stated reason for ejecting Park from the flight was that he had failed to inform her of the procedure earlier. The trial against Cho began on January 19, 2015, in the Seoul Western District Court. Cho denied all charges, but testimony from Kim Do-hee revealed details of the abuse, including being physically pushed and forced to kneel. Kim also alleged that she was offered a teaching position at a KL-affiliated college as a form of coercion. On February 12, 2015, Cho was sentenced to 1 year in prison for obstructing aviation safety. The court found her guilty of altering the flight plan, an offense punishable by up to 10 years in prison. However, on May 22, 2015, the Seoul High Court acquitted her of altering the flight plan, reducing her sentence to 10 months, suspended for 2 years. She was released immediately after serving 5 months. In a separate lawsuit, the Seoul Western District Court ordered Korean Air to pay Kim 20 million KRW, approximately 18,000 USD, for coercion, and an additional 30 million South Korean won, approximately 27,000 USD, as compensation for Cho's abuse. The incident, widely known as nut rage, had unexpected consequences beyond the courtroom and public outrage. The scandal caused a 6.6% drop in Korean Air's domestic passenger rate in December 2014 compared to the previous year. The incident had a remarkable impact on macadamia nut sales and cultural discourse in South Korea. Macadamia nuts became the unlikely beneficiaries of the controversy. The snack, which was at the center of the scandal, saw a nearly 250% rise in sales across South Korea. The absurdity of the incident also inspired a wave of parodies across South Korean media. Following widespread public outrage, Cho Hyun-ah issued a formal apology to both the cabin crew chief and the flight attendant involved in the incident. Her father, Cho Yang-ho, the chairman of Korean Air, also publicly apologized, referring to his daughter's behavior as a foolish act and acknowledging the harm it had caused. In an effort to make amends, Cho personally visited the homes of the cabin crew chief and the flight attendant to apologize. However, since neither was present at the time, she left handwritten notes expressing her regret and remorse. Amid the fallout, Cho Hyun-ah faced intense scrutiny and backlash, with her name becoming synonymous with the nut rage scandal. In an apparent attempt to distance herself from the controversy and its lasting impact on her reputation, she later changed her name to Cho Seung-yeon. The nut rage incident became emblematic of the abuse of power prevalent in South Korea's chaebol families, serving as a turning point in public discourse. The scandal highlighted the need for accountability among the country's powerful and left a lasting legacy on South Korea's cultural and corporate landscape.